Yes, people. What is happening? What is going on? Don't blink. It is me. I am back. Prem Show. It's been a minute. I've actually missed you guys. I feel like I haven't spoken to you guys, even though I have. It's been a very long time. It's good to be back. And unfortunately, a few people, Cass is obviously in the studio doing the game because Man United were playing. George is at the game. So unfortunately, he won't be able to make it. But I kind of think we've got the two people most people are gonna want to hear from what's been going on this week. Anyway, you know what? We got Daps in the building. Lee, big up your damn self, bro. I'm not even gonna lie because it takes a lot to show up when you know everybody's gonna be, no pun intended, gunning for you. So you know what? I'm not gonna lie, bro. Ratings, bro, ratings. But welcome, boys. What's good? What's good?
Listen,
I'm
I'm
just
probably
here,
the
man.
last person people want to hear from.
I always say it, man. I'm just here so I don't get fined, man.
Do you know what? Should we leave that? Should we leave the Arsenal Man City thing for like a main course and jump into the Tottenham and Man United game because it just happened, and being that we don't actually have any representatives here, should we chop that up because we all saw the game, or what should we do? Should we
Lee,
say
it's up to Lee? Lee, it's up to you, mate.
what do you want to do, bro? What do you want to do?
Listen, man. I'm just trying to get this in and out, over and done with, man. Whatever you want to do.
Oh, you want to get it in and out? Did you bring that Vaseline, yeah, Lee?
Listen, man. I don't really normally
Pause.
use any protection, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. So it is what it is.
Wow.
You didn't have much protection last night, neither, to be fair.
There you go. There you go.
People are saying let's go for the main course first. So let's do it then. Let's do it. Now, you know what's crazy, people? You lot are gonna think I'm mad. Maybe Daps will agree with me just based on being sensible. But as much as Lee is gonna like obviously have to feel some kind of pain tonight, Arsenal are still actually top of the league, and you cannot just give points to a team based on what you think will happen, because there isn't a soul out there that would have ever thought West Ham and Southampton are taking 4 points off Arsenal a week and a half ago. Nobody. Maybe Anfield, based on the history and we are still Liverpool. West Ham and Southampton, no, everybody would have just gave the points if you just asked, what should we do about these games, especially Southampton?
100% agree with you. 100% agree with you.
Man City have a lot on their plate. So, you won the game last night. Talk to me, bro.
Listen, you're spot on with that, yeah, because I've been saying for the last few weeks, and this is before, by the way, before the West Ham game and before the Southampton game, even before the Liverpool game, when there was certain Arsenal games, and like I think Leeds at home was one, and one or two Arsenal fans going, "Oh, this could be a difficult one." I was like, "Shut up, listen, yeah, you've earned the respect that for me, apart from Liverpool, apart from Newcastle, and apart from the City game, I don't see Arsenal dropping points." I've heard Chelsea at home. No, Chelsea you're going to batter. Even more so now, by the way. Chelsea are going to hold some serious licks on Tuesday night, I think. Brighton at home. I think Arsenal were going to win. Well, I thought Arsenal were going to win that. All of them. I thought we were going into that game before what happened, thinking we must win that game. And I said before the game last night, I said, this is mad that somehow we're walking into this game going, a draw is not that bad for us. I didn't want a draw. I wanted a win. I expected a win. But it was mad that because of what had happened. And here's the thing. This is why now, me as a City fan, I'm telling you this is not over. Because if I sit here now and say the league is now over, we are as bad as Arsenal were. When for me, I think Arsenal were focused on the Liverpool game. They were. But after that Liverpool game, I think all of Arsenal's focus went towards the City game, right? And overlooked Southampton and West Ham, two teams that are fighting relegation. And I don't think West Ham was pressured so much, although some people have said it. I think West Ham was quite simply a case of... sorry, by the way, Lewis is calling me.
Oh, is it? Oh, take it. Take the call.
Bear with me. Lewis, can you hear me, mate? Hello, Lewis. Lewis? Nah.
No.
I've been in the Thai restaurant opposite Stamford Bridge watching a punch-up between Johnny Minerals and Matisse or something. I don't know. But yeah, no. So we can't be complacent. Like, I think Arsenal went into that West Ham game for me and 2-0 up. I think Arsenal players, maybe to a certain extent, were thinking this game is all about us getting 3 points and forgetting that, yeah, probably most of the season it would have been like that. But in the business end of the season, you're at the Olympic Stadium, you're facing about 50,000 West Ham fans who just need a point because they're facing relegation. And that second half, for me, I think West Ham just wanted it more because they needed the point. I think Arsenal were maybe being a little naive. And then they went into the Southampton game and that was pressure. That was just pressure. But all of it after that was it just played into our hands because, like, Drifty, we're a team that you don't need to be having any sort of pressure playing against. Because if you're coming to the Etihad with pressure already there, it's just going to be a long night, man. And I think we saw that from the start. I mean, I don't know. I want to know Lee's opinion because I had Gunner King last night telling me that, you know, he thinks that the only difference between Arsenal and City is quality-wise, like depth-wise. That actually mentality-wise, they're as good as us. They've got the mentality, they've got the belief. And for me, I was like, I disagree because I think this season you've shown you've got the quality, but last night you showed you didn't have the belief, you didn't have the mentality.
I hear you, man. Two supers here for Lee before I bring Lee in. Sadiq says, get humbled or get humiliated. Cat Sunday says, Lee, honest question for you. Are all the Arsenal fans from Gotham inhaling that Joker gas that makes them crazy? If they're true, stop inhaling that gas. Hold on, I got one more that's just come through. This young Arsenal side winning the league would have been unfair to Liverpool's great side who missed out on the title by 1 point twice. They are nowhere near City. It would have definitely felt a bit unfair, but life is unfair, if you get what I mean. But yeah, I get where he's coming from. It would have, after how close we pushed City those 2-3 times, because I even count the 13-14 season as well. I know it wasn't Klopp Guardiola, but you took the league off us by 1 point that year as well. So I've still got to look at that as like another time when we were almost there and then Man City still got there ahead of us.
Do you know what, though? I see that one slightly different because I feel that season, if I remember it rightly, and it was a while ago, was more a case of, because I think up until Christmas, it might have even been Arsenal were top or something. Then I think Chelsea stepped in briefly, then Liverpool. And it wasn't that season wasn't so much Liverpool and City going at it. It was more a case of City came...
From February it was, though. From
February
onwards.
Yaya, innit? Yaya.
Yeah.
It wasn't even City, it was Yaya that season. Yaya was just a beast that season. Whereas it wasn't like the other ones where it's proper just us and you going at it. I think that one had other people. Like you took it off of someone else first, then we came, and it was literally a case of Yaya that season going, if no one else wants to win this league, then we'll just have it.
Another one just quickly. Nothing but respect to Arsenal, though. They have great potential. Lee, talk to me, brother. Talk to me, man. How's the feeling in North London, bro?
Listen, man. Respect to Man City, bro. I think sometimes, you know, you just got to look at your opponent and say, listen, bro, they're better than us. They're better than me. They're better than you. Whatever, you know, wherever you go in life, whatever you do, sometimes you just got to put it out there. So, listen, man. Man City are an awesome team. Like, we can talk about all the things that go with Man City. People say that they cheat. People say they got money. This and that. They're a good team, bro. That's it, bro. Like that's that. Let's just talk on the football. Let's just talk on the manager. Let's just talk on some of the players they've got. Let's just talk on, bro, like Haaland. Let's just talk on the squad they've got. Like they're good. They're a good team. And you know what? It's funny because that super chat you had earlier on, and you spoke about Liverpool possibly. You know, if we won it and Liverpool, you know, twice finished second, 1 point behind Man City. Unfortunately, bro, like we're not on those levels, bro. And like, you know what? I have to hold my hands up, bro. It gives you more respect for people like Klopp. It gives you more respect for people like Salah. It gives you more respect for people like Mane because they fully took it to Man City, man, and we've fully crumbled, bro. I saw a stat today that I think we've been top 93% of the season, 93% of the season, and we're not going to win the league. We lost it after Liverpool, really and truly, but look, West Ham, that was definitely gone. Southampton, fully gone, man. So 100%, I think you got to give respect to, and again, it does give you an appreciation of, you know, the teams like Liverpool that have fully made Man City sweat. We ain't made Man City sweat. Man City haven't played well throughout the whole season, I don't believe. I think we played the best football over the season. I think we've, you know, majority of the season, I think we've turned up, but
the last 12 league, last 10 league games, really?
yeah, no, I think over the course of the season, I think even though you've beaten teams, I don't think you've played
No,
well.
but the last 10, I agree with you, but the last 10 games?
No. So what I'm saying is, I think you've played well, but I still think we've played well even in the last 10 games, in some games. Like you think about the Liverpool game, I know it was only 20 minutes, but I still think that 20 minutes was really good scintillating football. And it's not what you've been doing against Liverpool over the last couple of seasons. I think at West Ham last season, you were quite poor in the first half. We, you know, played quite well against them in the first half last season. And, you know,
what were we like in the second half against
yeah,
West Ham?
exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I think if you're talking about over the course of the last 10 games, I'm still going to say I think you played well without being amazing. You've taken off Haaland in the 60th minute. But look, I don't care. Like, listen, I'm not bothered. Like, ultimately, it's your team. Like, you're gonna rate your team and fair play. But I just think, look, like ultimately, as I said, you're going to win the league. There's no salt whatsoever. They deserve it, bro. I don't know what more you want me to say. They've played well. They're playing well. They've got some world class players that are just stepping up at the moments. And ultimately, bro, we've bottled it. We've fully bottled it. I think Man City, you know, you kind of gave us the league in the first half of the season. You weren't, as I said, weren't playing well. You had the turmoil with Cancelo. Pep seemed to be changing things. You were trying to get used to the Haaland factor. People were blaming Haaland, all this nonsense. And I think you almost gift wrapped us the league. I do. And I believe in January, we were 8 points clear with 17 games played.
Not
and
12, like I said.
No, not 12. And and I think you had played 6 games. And yeah, bro, like I think since then, we've just little bit by little bit collapsed, man. Little bit by little bit collapsed. And yeah, bro, like as I said, I trust this team. This team's a very, very good young team. We've got some real good potential. But when it comes to the business end, you know, our arses fell out. And I listen, Arteta, I love the guy. I think he's a really good manager. I think he learns from his mistakes. But inexperience is showed, bro. He's, as I said, you know, I can look through the Liverpool game, bringing on Kivior. That didn't make any sense. I can look at the West Ham game. He took off Jesus and he scored. Didn't make any sense. You let Saka take the penalty when Jesus has scored in that game. Didn't really make any sense. Southampton, we didn't have Xhaka. You play Fabio Vieira. Didn't make any sense when you got Jorginho on the bench. So I can go through it. And I'm holding all this stick because I love Robbie. Listen, he's my employer on the side, but he's killed me, bro. He's got here telling me shit like he's telling people, you know, we've got bigger fish to fry and all these other things. And now, you know, I got to take the stick for him. So it is what it is, man. But yeah, listen. Hopefully next season, as I said, I feel confident because next season I hope we get some players. I believe we are going to get some really good players and. Yeah, bro. Like I've heard some good things. So listen, man. Yeah, sometimes, as I said, you just got to raise your glass up to a better man that's beating you, and that's it, man.
No, but I respect that, man. Before I come back to Daps, I've got a couple supers. Sadiq is going in. I'm never gonna lie. Says big up Daps and don't underestimate Man City. AD says Sadiq wins super chat of the month. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Sadiq's been killing it today. Jay comes in with Arsenal aren't the only team trying to bottle it. United. We'll get on to United obviously in a bit. And Kozai says oil money. What can you do? can't compete against that.
But this is my only thing. Look, like as I said, you can talk on that, you can talk on all the things outside of football with them, but ultimately, bro, we handed the league back to them. We should have. I believe we should have won the league. So whatever you want to say, sometimes you just got you cry more, man. Just get
I
over it.
appreciate you saying that, Lee.
It is a bit like it's just mundane now. Like I know Liverpool. I do get how Liverpool fans feel because I'm going through it now. But let's just get over it, man. Right now, they're an honest team. There's nothing gone against them. You can't put things on people that aren't there. Let's just say that, man. You can't, bro. So, like, bro, I think the way they're playing, the things they're doing, bro. Sometimes you just they fully outclassed us yesterday, man. Like that's nothing to do with old money, man. Like that's got nothing to do with cheating. That's got nothing to do with corruption.
Yeah.
They came and they said, you know what? And I said, bro, they literally probably. I genuinely do believe. What was the game yesterday? Wednesday, Thursday. I think Monday and Tuesday, even Sunday, they looked at that Arsenal team in their tactics room and they said they laughed at it. They weren't bothered. They wouldn't. Jack Grealish, Haaland were like this. Rob Holding, how many goals? That they probably saw Arteta and said, "What him?" That is what Man City thought. And listen, we went there with no belief. And as I said, this is what gives me. I don't care. People are going to say I'm chatting crap, and I'm sympathizing. This is what gives you more respect to Liverpool. You have to, because the way Liverpool have gone against Man City over the last 4 years, bro, you got to give them respect, man. Like,
Do you know what?
you got man like Henderson out here looking like a world beater against Liverpool at times. So listen, man, I'm not going to be here saying any other crap, man. Like, I'm just telling you what I believe. So I don't care if people think I'm like saying it for the sake of it, bro. I just
Lee,
give man
the thing is, yeah, because I like everyone knows I'm not a spring chicken, yeah. Like I've been around. I was round City when we were absolutely dog shite. I grew up in the Fergie era, yeah. So I get it. Like that's what we used to have to take. Imagine that was our local rivals league. You're blessed to have Tottenham as your local rivals. Imagine being blessed with Manchester United under Alex Ferguson as your local rivals, with banners telling we were Tottenham. We were Tottenham to you, man, to Man United, yeah. So I get it, and sometimes, like as a young kid, even more so, because I guess although my dad tried his best to make me absolutely hate them and Liverpool as much as possible, when you're a young kid, you do just enjoy football that little bit more. You get me? Like the rivalries aren't fully in. When you're like 5, 6, 7, 8, those rivalries aren't fully invested in you yet. So I had to sit there in awe of Man United at times and look at them and think like, I'm never going to support this team, but what's my team doing, right, compared to them? And I do appreciate you saying that about the oil money and all of that, because listen, I've said it very clearly. If it comes out, whether it be in the summer, next summer, whenever, yeah, that Manchester City have been found guilty of all the charges or even half the charges, whatever, yeah, then cool. People can then downplay what we've done, right? They can downplay it, yeah. But I honestly believe, and things I'm hearing, those charges are going away. Those charges are gone. Like they're as good as gone already. A lot the talk that I'm hearing, and generally when you're away in Europe and you're speaking to people that are very close to the club and they're telling you things that I'm hearing, those charges are going away. They're being beaten, right? So those charges, like to the point where some of them, like Mancini, who apparently has been paid money, has not been interviewed, right? So if they're saying Mancini was paid with money that we shouldn't have been paid with, he's come out and openly said, well, no one's come and interview me. Like, if there's charges against me, why am I, or against this club for doing something? It's all very weird. But anyway, the most important thing is what you saw last night is Pep, man. Like, I'm sorry, but this season, when you look at it now, looking back at how this season's gone, the fact that Pep has just looked at this team and gone, right, I need an extra body in midfield because Haaland's playing up top now. And I don't even know if he came across this whole thing of getting 4 centre-backs playing, 2 that are very comfortable to drop in midfield. But by doing it, he's made us stronger defensively now. Because when them 2 man drop back into defence, whereas before when we had Cancelo, who we all know isn't that good defensively, dropping back into defence, That was if Cancelo was playing last night, I could confidently say that Martinelli or Saka would have got more. Yeah. When we played Liverpool, if Cancelo was playing, when you beat us earlier in the season, who was on the pitch? Cancelo, right? So somehow by switching, get rid of Cancelo and bringing Ake in, all of a sudden we've become stronger defensively. And this is just the Pep, man. Pep is a very, very, very good manager. And this is why I want the Champions League, because I know we're never going to hear the end of it till we get that Champions League. No one is ever truly going to give the credit that I believe Pep deserves until he gets us a Champions League. So I just hope we get one. But as for Arsenal, they just have to go again. I do think they'll have a good summer. I think they'll spend in the summer. Look, Arsenal have proven over the last 5 years they'll spend money. It's just they didn't have Champions League football. Now they've got Champions League football. Arsenal will spend money in the summer. So Declan Rice. Do you know what? I did a show with Dan Potts earlier, yeah? Dan Potts and another guy, I can't remember the other guy's name, but Dan Potts asked me if Arsenal were to get a DM, another centre-back and a forward in the summer, do I think they'd go again? And if you think about it, of course they would. Imagine Arsenal if they replaced, say, El Nani with Declan Rice, replace Holding with a centre-back similar quality of Gabriel, and a forward that is more clinical than Gabriel Jesus, then Arsenal would push us further, right? I think you'd both agree with that.
I mean, that was going to be my next question to Lee. Partey. I mean, I know a lot of people have been giving digs to Holding. Naturally, a very easy scapegoat. The guy coming in isn't as good. Saliba was obviously playing really well before, etc., etc. But Lee, man, talk to me. I think the last 4 or 5 games, Partey has been abysmal. Like, I mean, like you wouldn't even recognize him if you didn't know who he was.
Look, we can do the deep dive with the whole tactical stuff, but I don't want to bore people. But look, Partey needs to take a lot more responsibility. And look, his game probably post World Cup has been very up and down. But the issue is, if you look tactically at the way that we play, and when Saliba plays and when Partey plays, the issue is Partey just firstly makes more mistakes when a competent player isn't behind him in Saliba and Gabriel. You then look at it very simply and you say to yourself, right, the lines in between the defensive midfielder or the 6 who is Partey and the defense, it is just all over the place because of Holding. But look, that doesn't excuse their mistakes. That doesn't excuse him losing the ball again in West Ham and trying to flick it over Declan Rice's head. That doesn't remove his, lack of getting back yesterday, letting De Bruyne just literally walk past him to score his goal. That doesn't take that away. So, yeah, man, like, again, he's not stepped up. He's not come to the table. Like, again, Odegaard, I love the guy, great captain, but he's not stepped up to the table in the last couple of games. Zinchenko, I think yesterday, that was an absolute disaster class. That was absolutely disgraceful what I saw from him. But I genuinely do think he passed the ball more times to Man City than he did to Arsenal. I don't know what he was doing. I think when you look at, like, even his substitutes, like, listen, Saka, the guy is amazing, but he's not been great for the last couple of weeks. And I don't want to have this whole Klopp and Arteta thing, but Salah never comes off the pitch and Saka never comes off the pitch. And I know Salah's earned the right not to do that. I'm not comparing the two, and that makes it even more annoying that Saka never gets subbed and Salah never gets subbed, even if he drops as 1 out of 0 out of 10. And listen, man, I just think sometimes you've got to trust your team. You've got to trust your squad. And that's what Pep's mastered. Pep's mastered the fact that he can put Foden. And I know, again, the players you have in your squad are better, fine, whatever. But, Pep's mastered that over the years. And Arteta, he clearly hasn't, and he's going to get better at it. But one thing, you look at Arteta, he does get better. He learns from his mistakes, and that you can't take that away from him. So, listen, man, like, ultimately, you can talk about Partey, you can talk about individuals. Yesterday, I'm not talking about anyone individually because they were all absolutely pony.
Ramsdale was good, bro.
Ramsdale was good, but still, even
suspect for 2 of the goals, though.
No, I was just about to say, like, even before, he parried out a ball, like, quite poorly. And listen, Ramsdale is an absolutely, I don't want to hear no crap about, Kelleher being better than him, and all. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. You can't even put him in the same conversation because Kelleher doesn't even play more than 10 games in a season. So you can't compare a man who comes in for 4 or 5 games in a season and there's no real, you're not asking for that consistency. He's never going to play. He doesn't have to be the same number one. There's no real responsibility in him to do anything compared to Ramsdale, who's clearly a much better keeper. But look, that's just my opinion. But I just
don't know, man.
Listen, but you look at it very, very simplistically, though. You're comparing a guy that plays 10 games.
I didn't even know people were doing that. Not you. I didn't know people were doing
But I'm saying, like, no, not you. You know what I'm saying? Like, when people compare him to, to a number 2 for Liverpool who plays 10 games, it's very unfair to do that anyway, just logistically and logically, when, you're not asking Kelleher to do. Put Kelleher in goal and see what he does over the course of 38 games, and then we can chat. But you're asking him to come in for silly cup games against, mostly the reserves against other teams, and that doesn't make sense. But anyway, I think
he's played in some big games still.
Yes, he has played in the but how in comparison to Ramsdale, it's
he hasn't played yet. I get what you mean, as in he hasn't played 18, 19, 20, 21 games in a row.
Consistently as well, game in and game out, and let's see what he does. Because listen, Ramsdale's put some absolute world-class performances up, none more so against you guys. So let's just say that. But he does make mistakes as well. He does actually make some clear mistakes. And I think, look, we have to remember the guy's 24 years old. He's going to be our keeper for at least another 12 years, at least, at a bare minimum. You think about that. 12 years old. That's older than that's what 7 years away from what Arsenal have actually won a trophy. So that's how long he's probably going to be our keeper, and he's already been our keeper for 2 seasons. So look, like that's where I'll put it for him. But listen, the most important thing I've learned yesterday is, as much as I love Jesus, he's not the guy, bro. And I'm just trying to be honest. If you want to win a title, if you want to win a title, he's not taking you to the promised land, and that doesn't mean he's not serviceable. That doesn't mean that he's not a player that can give you great attributes, because he's fantastic. But to get you to the promised land by himself, he's not the person. And I saw that yesterday, because if you replaced him with Lacazette from last season, no difference. There was absolutely no difference. So look, there's certain things that I think I've learned, and that doesn't mean that these players are not good. And that, I think people can't differentiate between the two. You can't compartmentalize between the fact that these players aren't crap. These players are not poor. The last 10 games in the business end of the season, they've shown that their arses have fallen out a bit, but it doesn't mean they're not good. It just means that they need to grow and develop, and we need more quality. You can see it. We need to have a replacement for Xhaka. We need to have someone who can come on the pitch and maybe replace someone like Partey, Caicedo, Declan Rice. We need another winger who can, or an explosive forward that can do something different. Fair play. Everybody takes a piss out of Weghorst, but he offers something different. No matter what you say, he offers something different. And you had your Origi over the last 4 or 5 years, that clutch moments against Everton, against Newcastle. You've had your moments when for Man City. You had Dzeko. You've had
we missed Dzeko. Yeah, you're spot on.
Aguero. You had
the last
what's
2
the
seasons.
Spanish brother's name, man? Oh, it's annoying me. Negredo.
Yeah.
You've had these,
and we have last 2 seasons. We have missed. Like, there's been so many times where I said, this is where I look back at the periods where we had, like, when you got to remember, under Pellegrini and Mancini, we had 4 strikers, right? We had Aguero, Tevez, Negredo. Who was the other one? The Jovetic.
Yeah, so
Balotelli. We always had 4 strikers, and 2 of them were Plan Bs. And
Jesus,
this season with Haaland, we've gone back to having that kind of. We made the Plan B, the Plan A almost, because he's a
and look, like, again, one thing again. I'm just going to leave it here. Like, that 4-1 flattered Man City. Well, no, flattered us. Sorry, you should have definitely won 7-0. That is how poor we were. I think in the first half, Haaland should have had at least 2 more goals. I actually don't understand what he did in the last minute, why he took his hair out, but that got him his golden goal. And he's got the 33 goals, so he's passed the Premier League record. I think he needs to get 2 more to pass the overall to get 35, isn't it, in a season or whatever. But listen, overall,
he's equaled the most all time already, which is 49.
No. In the Premier League, I think it's 35 to get it over the course.
Oh, that's
of,
over 40 goals.
Yeah, 40.
games.
Yeah, 40, yeah. So,
like
but
the
look,
English record.
yeah, English record. But look, man, overall, listen, I learned a few things yesterday. As I said, you got to hold your hands up to Liverpool. Man City more than deserve what they're doing, because we handed you the title. You know, Man City, I believe, gift wrapped half of a present to us. We decided, you know what, we don't want the present. So what we're going to do is we're going to return it. We're going to give you the money back, but we've also given you money on top. We've literally given you interest. So that's just how I look at it, as I said. And fair play, you took the advantage, you put the pressure on, and yeah, listen, man, like I have to say it, I call it for what it is. You can't be top for 90% of the season and not win it. There's no like getting around it for me. So it is.
But Lee, let me ask you something, because I'm not even gonna say you did this. I'm just gonna put Arsenal fans in a bracket. It might be unfair on the good ones, but I'm just gonna do it to make it easy. Bro, I've heard the comparisons crazy. And I think this is what a lot of Arsenal fans don't realize, why the heat is coming for you lot. If you lot were humble and sat back and chilled and just did your thing, which to some degree, I think even Daps could admit Liverpool fans were. Yeah, we might have got a bit carried away every now and again, but like, we wouldn't say things like Saka is the best right winger, period, and Ramsdale is better than Alisson. And, you know, like, I've just heard the craziest things, Lee. And I think that is the reason why people are coming for Arsenal so hard now, because when I'm hearing your front three from them, I love Turkish. But when people at Turkish are saying things like your front three can be compared to MSN and in the future will be on the same level, there's no way that stuff's not going to come back and bite you lot. Like, you can't have 1 year of progression where you actually go, raw, Arsenal are like proper, like, you know what I mean? You lot are good. And then have things being said like Saka's better than Salah. Partey's the best DM in the world. Like, that kind of stuff there, bro. That's why it comes back and bites you.
I think, look, everybody hates Arsenal. Like, it's clear, innit? And I don't mind, innit? I'm part of the reason.
I think it's the fans, you know. I think if
no.
It's because
of people.
Would be all right with you.
It's probably people like me. But I don't think I've said anything crazy this season. I really don't. I think a lot of people have said things like Partey's the best DM this season, and he should have been in a conversation with the likes of Rodri and the likes of Casemiro this season. Saka was one, you know, the right winger, you know, better than Salah this season. I don't think that's far-fetched to say this season. I really don't. But listen, numbers are going to be there, and you know, you listen, Salah, we can go on all day about who's the better right winger this season, but ultimately I think a lot of it's come from the fact that every single week you had people like Gary Neville, we're not going to do anything, and we're like, hold on a second, we're passing every single, you know, test that you put in front of us. We beat teams away. We beat the top teams. We're beating the smaller teams. So I think part of it was, you know, Arsenal fans just defending what we're seeing from the manager, from the players. And, you know, we were backing our team. And look, rightly so.
You were backing your team, Lee.
Listen, rightly so. Man, Liverpool are not in a great position. And Liverpool fans, for example, would say that, you know, Kelleher is better than Ramsdale. Like, that's still crazy to me. But so everybody's going to back their team. Okay, fine. It might be crazy to say. So listen, I just think this season, Arsenal fans have had a right to puff their chest out. Maybe a bit early. Genuinely, I do think it was a bit early. And listen, I always say this. I have no problems. And I say this all the time. People think because I work for AFTV that I won't say things about them that I don't agree with. I don't agree with what Robbie says. I don't agree with what Gunnar King says. I think Gunnar King, listen, he is my guy, but I think he doesn't talk sense. I don't think that Igal always talks sense, but these are my people. And I feel like I can say that because they're my people. Drifty, I don't always agree with you, but I don't have to come with a rationale because you're my brother. I don't always agree with Daps. I don't have to come with that because you're my bro. I feel I don't have to explain these things.
Yeah.
But I never ever go above and beyond and, you know, go rude and say like he's chatting shit. I don't say them things because that's not my nature, innit? I'll never ever disrespect no one like that. But certain Arsenal fans are making it hard for me because you be saying some crazy things, bro. Like, and I have to hold it, bro. I don't know what you want to do,
like. I hear you, yeah, because this is the thing I was saying to Gunnar King last night, right? We had this exact conversation, and he basically was saying to me, yeah, but I don't think we have like, I think we're right. The fact that we like, I stand by what I said. I think overall across this season, Odegaard has been better than De Bruyne, and I said, but
There
bro,
you go. As from a Man City fan, if that was a conversation, not Arsenal fans, that was
no,
a
he said
conversation.
that.
Oh, okay, but that was a conversation, for example, not Arsenal fans making this up.
Yeah,
They were
but
saying,
my whole thing on this is, and this isn't against Arsenal. It is against Arsenal fans, but ultimately, I get what you're saying, because this is out there because media outlets put it out there. Yeah, like for me personally, why Player of the Season is voted for before the season is done is stupid. Because, like, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say it because I used this example last night. Yeah, for me personally, Arsenal's worst era in my lifetime, yeah, was when Ozil was at your club, right? That's your worst era, realistically, because before that you won more, right? Your worst era was when Ozil was there. Now, Ozil in games where you were winning was unplayable, unbelievable, yeah. But the amount of games that were tough, difficult, hard games, and you'd go 1-0 down or 2-1 down, and Ozil would go missing, then it's like, right, okay, well, when the chips are down, if a player is not turning up, then that for me, like I always say this, that if someone comes alive in the business end of the season, this is why I've never been a fan of Cancelo. There's a couple of seasons been at our club, business end of the season, he's dropped off and Zinni's actually stepped up. It's like, for me, I'd rather have Zinni, because this man, when the going gets tough, he's nowhere to be seen. And this is like straight away with Odegaard. Odegaard has been great, right? But why people are trying to say, he's better than De Bruyne now? Why? Because he's had a good 15, 20 games, and you're now trying to say that he's better than someone that has single-handedly dragged this team across. And now, no coincidence, it's got to the business end of the season, and firstly, before the business end of the season, even if you look at De Bruyne's assists, they're mad. But even now, he's stepping up and single-handedly winning us games. And it's not you, Lee. This is the media put it out there. Like, at the moment, you're seeing it already with Manchester United fans. They're doing something, yeah? The treble, right? And this is not me saying City are going to win the treble. Why I'm not saying we're going to win the treble is because if I had an accumulator, a 4-game accumulator, 5-game accumulator, and the first game hasn't even come in yet, I'm not saying, yeah, I'm going to win 2 bags, right? Because we are not even in the final of the Champions League, right? We have not even won the Premier League yet, right? How can we be talking about a treble? But Man United fans are getting nervous now, and Man United fans are starting up this narrative, which treble's the better treble, right? We haven't even won it yet. Why is that a conversation, right? Why is it even we have not won it, but it's because Man United fans are getting nervous, right? And so they're trying to, all of a sudden, like this narrative that I think Neville put out there yesterday is Fergie invented squad rotation, right? I'm sorry, managers were making substitutes before Fergie. Like, it's ridiculous that Fergie now invented squad rotation. And it's just things that people put out there. And then, unfortunately, we have agreed, all 3 of us, that we are going to be YouTube content creators. And therefore, we're seen as the faces of our clubs. And we're seen as the faces of, unfortunately, a lot of crap that gets said on Twitter where people don't want to put their faces to it. They just want to drop something with a picture of a player. So this is where we are. The truth of the matter is, Lee, all you wanted to see is your club lift a trophy this season, right?
Listen, 100%.
And you didn't want to have a debate over who won the trophy better. You just wanted to be there and experience your club lifting a trophy.
Listen, man, 100%. And it looks like Beijing's wish is coming true, bro. He said it all season. He's been on to me. And listen, man, I can't say no more, bro. It's as I said, I genuinely do believe like we've absolutely bottled it. Like there's nothing. I don't even take pain. I don't take any joy out of Tottenham being further down than us. I don't care. I'm not fussed. I ain't bothered. I don't care about Liverpool. I don't care about nothing because ultimately the prize was there and it's gone. It has fully gone. Even though we're 2 points clear, I don't even care no more, bro. It's gone. So listen, man, it is. Listen, if you want to say I've been humbled, I humbly accept the humbling. I humbly accept the humbling.
You always do this, Lee. Like I feel like, let's go in, let's cook, and then you just do the puppy eyes thing, and you accept defeat, and it's like I can't. You can't kick man when he's down. That's bad, man. Do you know what I'm saying?
Listen, man.
You know what I found myself doing earlier?
Callum needs to be, he needs to be researched because he's a sick individual. But listen, drift.
You know what I was
yeah.
trying to find myself doing earlier? I was trying to go through shows that Lee's been on, trying to find some Lee at his most annoying, right? So that I can, because do you know what? When you see someone like this is the truth of it, like, we're football fans, and we've all been in that place, and it isn't the best of feelings. So Lee's not like, I can see Lee's wounded. I don't want to go at him, and I do feel for you, Lee, because I want to bump. I'm on soccer, the DR Soccer Saturday, right? But I know Robbie's not going to be there, right?
Nope.
And I'm Mr. And even here's the worst thing, right? Here's the worst thing. I was due to do this week 3 things with Robbie, right? Before the game. But I couldn't do the head-to-head on Monday, face-to-face on Monday, because work, ultimately, my day job got in the way. So I couldn't do it, right? And I said, I can reschedule for Saturday, Sunday, Monday evening, Tuesday. Oh, no, we're just going to leave it. And I thought, okay. I wonder if that's because of the result against Southampton, but okay. The only time I got to do with him was on a Habbo Hotel thing. And I was sat here in front of a camera thinking I'm about to go face to face, then realised Habbo Hotel, literally you're an emoji and you type, right? And I thought, I'm not. So, Robbie, when I see you, we definitely need to have a chat. But I don't know when that'll be now. And unfortunately, Lee, you're probably going to be the face of AFTV for a while.
Look, man, I'm gonna end. Oh no, that was me. I'm trying to get a video up. That's for the next topic that we're going to be going into, because we got a little video sent through special delivery for the next topic.
That was up in Newcastle at the weekend.
Yeah. He's I'm guessing from what I've seen so far, he's a lot happier. So just to end up before I play the video and we move on to the next subject, are we under the assumption right now that it's over and we're just going to done it and we're just going to call it that? Or are we going to actually have a little bit of there's a possibility that Man City might not win their games in hand?
Well, let's put it out there. I'll put it out there on behalf of you two that, like, that if we don't win it, then there has to be conversations about Man City bottling it, right? There has to be. Of course, there has to be, I've already said, look, if we were to just win the FA Cup this season, it's an awful season, absolutely awful season. But like I keep saying, we have Fulham at the weekend away from home. Look, I fly to Madrid in 9 days' time, Drifty. Before by the time I fly there in 9 days' time, we will have played 3 more games, right?
Exactly.
Right, 3 games in 9 days, So we can't, like, and one of them is away from home. Admittedly, and this is what I said about last night. And some people would say I was being arrogant, but before, in the build-up to the Arsenal game, I said honestly, I am more worried about Everton away than I am Arsenal at home. Right? If people see that as me being arrogant, no problem. Actually, it's not. It's just
I don't know, but you should have seen what Man City. I mean, what Newcastle just done to Everton.
I hear it, Bob. I do hear it. But then we've got West Ham at home, who recently West Ham have been getting some good results. These are teams fighting relegation. For me, the only 2 teams that I've been saying recently I felt are on the beach were Chelsea, because I just think the players don't know who their manager's going to be. Do you know what I mean? And it was Tottenham. But then today, Mason maybe's given them a little bit of a fight in them. But look, there's a lot of teams out there that still have a lot to play for. And I would expect that we do win all our home games, because do you know what? If we're to be champions, I'd expect us to win all our home games. If we can't win our home games...
How many away games have you got left out of your?
We've got 3 home games, 4 away games, and our last two games were away. We got because of the congestion,
Brighton and Brentford, right?
League and the Cup and everything. We got Brighton away and Brentford away. Our last 2 games.
That's tough, you know.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, that is tough. Yeah. Brighton away is a tough fixture.
Yeah. Then we got
Arsenal have got them, but they've got them at the Emirates, so it'll be a bit easier for Arsenal. I think
Then we've got Fulham away this weekend, which maybe isn't as tough as it would have been earlier in the season. But listen, Fulham are a good team this season. They've done very well. So we can't look at Fulham and go, yeah, that's the way I see it is there is no Premier League game for the rest of the season that we can be going, we got Madrid in 4 days' time, so let's rest Rodri. There's none like that. We have to play our best team. We have to be our best. Like, this is, and I always said this, Arsenal have earned the right, although despite the last couple of games, they have earned the right for us to say, this is not like, Centurion season, where it's just a case of, are we going to win the league this weekend or next weekend? Right? Which one are we going to win it at? Like, we can't do that this season, We have to, firstly, four away games are hard games, man. So it's not over. And I'll put it out there that if City don't win the league now, there has to be questions about Man City.
Yeah. Lee, just before we move on, any way you can think about Arsenal winning all of your games? You do have a couple of difficult games now, because obviously you've got to make sure that you win all of yours in case Man City do slip up. Newcastle away is the obvious one where you just have no idea which way it will go. But of your other games, do you think you pretty much should have them won?
Let's move on, man.
Well, you don't think you'll win all of your remaining games, no?
Bro, I'll be honest with you. I just wanted Southampton to beat us, to just put us out of our misery, man. That's it, bro.
Shit.
Let's move on, man. League's done. As I said, fair play.
Okay.
I raised my drink. Man City, congrats, man. Enjoy it, bro. Listen, and you know what? I don't care what no one says. I hope you do the treble just to shut those fucking stupid Man United fans up. I don't.
I'll admit, last night,
I don't think you actually understand how sickening these Man United fans make. I literally hate them to the core. Every single one of them. I hate them. I hate them. The fact that the Man United legacy was built from one person, Sir Alex Ferguson, who did the treble. And you're now supporting the opposition of your rival, who is now trying to do the same thing that your greatest ever manager and probably the greatest ever manager in the Premier League has done. That makes no fucking sense to me. They're literally making me swear. I hate Man United so much. I want them eradicated from football. They're vermin. And you know the other thing, what gets me so annoyed about Man United fans is they actually talk like Man City are this corrupt team, but they've been doing shit for years. I don't even care. I'm sorry, when it gets to me, I'm like, you lot talk with your fucking chest out like you're some better than higher than an almighty thou team. This ain't Liverpool. This ain't Arsenal. We ain't Man United have been paying rest for years. Everybody knows that. So if you want to talk about brown bags, you might have been doing it. Man United, I hate every single one of them, other than Kaz. My cousin, I can say I hate you as well because you're a bastard and you know what I'm talking about. I hate Man United so much at everything. I hope, and again, no disrespect, Daps, but I will say, because Man City don't have the prestige of a huge club right now,
no, we don't.
It won't hurt as much. You're coming to a big club, listen, 100%, but it's the point where you're not up there as it won't hurt as much. But Man United,
I'm really trying to push this.
I hate them.
I'm trying to push this. Like when I got asked by Alex in that face-to-face with KG, who is a bigger club, and I said I like this question. Is because it's something that it really confuses me. It really confuses me that people think saying, like United fans honestly will say, yeah, well, you might, and a lot of other fans, not just United fans, to be fair, will say, yeah, well, you might beat us or you might win the league, but we're still a bigger club than you. And it's like,
I don't care, man.
What is that? Honestly, is that? And I'm trying to tell all other City fans, and it's not the older lot, because the older City lot don't care neither. We know who we are, right? We know who we are. The younger lot maybe the online lot, they see it as an insult, and I'm like, it's not an insult.
No, it's not an insult, man.
And to actually try and say to try and say we're a bigger club, that for me is slightly embarrassing. Do you know what?
It's clutching. It's clutching. That's what it is.
I'm telling you now, straight. I bun Man United forever. These man, they got Fergie time. How the fuck does Fergie time even exist? It's because a man's cheating. I don't listen. I hate Man United. I hate them so much. Every part of me, every part of my bone, I hate Man United. I don't hate anybody. I blocked my cousin. He will never kill me again. He never come to my house. I don't care what no one did. I hate my cousin so
that
much.
is deep.
I
Still.
hate him
You know
so
what? Can I
much.
just say,
Like,
last
proper
night,
hate. I hate Man United fans. I hate
last
all
night
of them.
was last night for me.
It's sickening.
I tried. I wanted to find a video to sum up how I felt, right? But it felt like, imagine there's one man and he's giving it to a group of 20 man, right? He's giving it to a group of 20 man, and all the 20 man are like, yeah, shouting back, but no one will dare step forward, right? But then one man out of that 20 will step forward and give man the one bang and knock them out, right? And then they'll just literally, the guy will fall to the floor and they'll go, I've knocked him out. I'm dipping. I'm going home later. Yeah. And the other 19 will rush the man and start stomping him out. And I said, that's how it felt last night. That we've knocked Arsenal out, one punch, and gone, see you later. We ain't going to kick you while you're on the ground. We'll leave you now. Yeah. And watching all these hyenas, bro, I'm watching Chelsea 2-0, lose 2-0 to their local rivals. Yeah. And they are mocking Arsenal. Chelsea are in the bottom half of the table, right? And they're mocking Arsenal. And I'm like, this just to me. And then there's people saying we're all City tonight. Listen, all you people saying we're all City tonight. Earlier on in the season, you're calling us cheats. You're saying this, that. I said it earlier on Steve's channel. Madness. I don't want you siding with my club.
It's madness.
Get away from my club. We don't want you. Yeah, you're not like.
This is how we felt, Dapson. It was the Champions League final against Tottenham, and everyone was like, "Oh, we're Liverpool fans. We're Liverpool fans. Tottenham can't win." And I'm like, "Hold on, you've been brushing us all year. We don't need your support right now."
Like all this, and Chelsea fans as well. When we're playing Bayern, they're all doing, we're all Bayern tonight, right? What? Because your ex-manager is their manager. So, and it's just like, and your team's absolutely shit. So you're cheering on another team now. To me, that's all weird. And it's all about social media. For me, I want to win trophies. I want to be at games. I want to be around other City fans and talk to them about it. And all this other stuff's just weird to me, bro. It's just very weird to me.
Yeah. No, you know what? Let's put Lee out of his misery. Let's move on to another topic, which we kind of fingered into, but I'm going to go through a couple of these supers before we do. Big up Sean each and every time. Says, Drift, if you deep it, Liverpool have had a better season than Arsenal as we won a trophy. In the words of Cal, the Charity Shield is a trophy, and that's a fact. Big up Lee.
We won the biggest trophy, man. We won the heart of Arsenal fans. I don't know.
Oh, man, that's mad.
North London forever.
Jay says Spurs versus United was a hilarious game. We're going to get into that right now, Jay. Hold on a minute. I'm an idiot. I've unstarted the wrong one. Hold on. Jay also says Arsenal need a midfielder, a centre-back, and a striker. That's pretty much what Daps is actually just saying. Tahir says Arsenal are the great pretenders. They are still learning. And Jay, the activist says, you need to talk about Newcastle. They are replacing Tottenham. I'm just going to scroll back because I did just lose a super chat. But guys, while I'm looking for this super chat, we're moving on. There's Michael's one. The man, the myth, the legend of the channel, the Spurs fan has sent us a video. Let's see what he has to say.
Well, first thing I've got to say, Lee! I'm still celebrating from yesterday's game, so I didn't care what today's result was going to be anyway. But to be honest with you, I was fuming first half because, I mean, all I need to say is Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer has got to be one of the worst players I think I've ever seen in my life. Basically said to Rashford, here, have a goal. So yeah, I was absolutely fuming, but also sort of numb to it. I was never expecting us to get a result in this game, for being honest with you. And then all of a sudden, second half switches up, we play much better. I think we actually battered Man United in the second half, from being honest with you. So I think with their injuries, the defence almost looked as bad as ours. And to be honest, we actually probably should have won in the end because we missed some sitters again. Don't know what the hell Dyer was doing. Sonny again should have scored another one. We had a couple of other headers that were just wide or just over. So all in all, I mean, a draw was a decent result, but it doesn't really do anything for our season. And yeah, I'm more just happy about Arsenal bottling it like they did last year and like they continue to do. So happy days.
I thought we were moving on.
There you have it. Obviously, he was at the game, which is why he can't jump on the panel show tonight. Although if he gets home in time, he will, but he probably won't. But big up George, as always, for sending that in. I mean, guys, let's move on to that game. Man United, well, I should say Spurs versus Man United, because Spurs were at home. In the first half, I had to put out a tweet. Spurs are absolutely diabolical. In that first half, I don't think I've seen worse football other than the Newcastle game. Spurs were absolute dog shit. Like, I mean, but you know what? I also retweeted my own tweet and said, you got to keep the same energy. Second half, Spurs are actually really good. Yeah. And George is right. They should have won. They actually missed about 3 sitters.
And that Dyer header was mad.
Oh, my God. The Dyer header. That was just ridiculous. So, I mean, where are we going with the whole Spurs? Pete, I've got your super as well, but don't worry, I've got your one saved. Where are we going with the whole Man United and Tottenham situation and Newcastle for the 3rd and the 4th? Because that's what I'll move on to. I want to move on to 3rd, 4th, and who will finish 5th and 6th and get those Europa League places. Man United, they've got 2 games in hand, but they've dropped 2 points today. Spurs looked all over the place. Somehow they've managed to salvage. Look how they had a good second half just when they got Liverpool around the corner. Whoa, Tottenham always give us a difficult game. So there you go. Their tails are up now. Man United dumped out against Seville. Could they fall out the top 4? What are we thinking about those 3 teams, but Man U and Spurs in particular after today's game?
Man United won't fall out of the top 4, but listen, if you want to talk, I think Spurs are in big trouble. I think Spurs, and I've been saying it for a while. I don't know how long I can keep talking about the manager, talking about the players. And listen, we talk about Richarlison, still no goals in the Premier League. We're now in April. Madness, we're now in April, and he's, how many opportunities, how many chances do you need to, come on the pitch? You got subbed off in 60 minutes or whatever it was. I think there are so many things that are wrong with Spurs, and it doesn't remind me of Arsenal. I think they're in more mud than Arsenal, where, a couple of seasons back, they're going to lose their best player. They don't spend money. They don't have a manager. They don't have a sporting director. They don't have any real genuine quality. Son had to take 4 chances to score a goal today, or 3 chances to score a goal today.
Yeah, he missed some.
If he's going to lose Harry Kane, that's another thing, because that's his, wingman on the pitch. So I just think when you look at Spurs, all the answers to their problems are crap. Richarlison, Kulu, I still don't think he's, this almighty player. Bentancur, I'm not all, hung up on him. I don't think he's amazing. Pedro Porro, I know he scored today, but I'm sorry, he's been horrible. He's been horrific since he's come in. I keep saying
brilliant goal today, though. His goal was
brilliant. but listen, Lloris, they need a new keeper. We know he's finished. And I think ultimately their best player, or one of their best players, and who they champion, Romero, again, horrible. And I know he's playing against a player, playing with a centre-back who's not good enough. But sometimes you just need to do your basics right, and the other shit will come out in the wash. And he just looks like he's part of it. So listen, man, ultimately, look, whatever happens with them, I think that game on Sunday was really monumental, and I saw it on Never a Foul. So I can't remember who said it. I don't want to take their credit, but that was a changing of the guard, that game on Sunday. That genuinely was. Listen, Man United, Newcastle have been handed the baton from Tottenham. I think that's just how it's going to look. But interestingly,
it is the table.
Liverpool have a chance to get top 4, so I just think you lot need to keep winning.
Nah, we don't, bro. We don't. I mean, yeah.
Listen,
if you look here, Man United have played a game less than us, bro. They played a game less than us, and they're 7 points ahead of us.
Listen, if Arsenal have a chance of winning the league, then
you're still top.
No.
Yeah, you're still top, bro. That's a totally different situation, bro.
With 2 games, that's a false position, because we've got 2 games.
No, I hear you, but bro, like, if Man United win even one of their games in hand, then Liverpool are 10 points off them.
Yeah, but
that's too much to climb. Like, let's say, for example, Man United win their game in hand over us, and then as Dap says, they go 10 points ahead of us. there is no way we make up 10 points in 6 games, Lee. No way. Like,
Whoa,
come on.
hold on.
Man United are not
Man
dropping
United
points
didn't
in
Man
4
United
or
lose the
5
title
games.
to Man City with 6 games and 8. That was 8 points, so it can be done. Look, things
Yeah, it
can.
can be. It can be.
It can, and everyone's saying that Arsenal still have a chance. Like you guys kept saying it, not me. So listen, I think, I just think, look, win all your games and see. That's all I'm saying. Just win all your games and see.
No, I fully hear you. I mean, to be a little bit more realistic based on what we're going by, if you look at the table here and you've got Tottenham, Villa, Liverpool, and Brighton, who do you think is going to get 5th and 6th for you lot? If you had to put your money on it right now, bearing in mind Brighton have got 2 games in hand over us, they've got 3 games in hand over Tottenham and Villa.
Right.
Who would you, if you had to put your money in it right now, who would you say will get 5th and 6th? Those Europa
Wait,
League
who?
spots?
What did 7th get you?
Based on who's won the cups, I think that goes down to conference, isn't it?
So what does 8th get you?
No, nothing. You don't get
Oh,
anything.
so
if
8th
you
don't get you
finish 8th.
nothing. Oh,
No.
snap. Oh,
So
wait,
I
hold
think
on.
I think 7th is conference because obviously Man United and Man City will both be in the Champions League or Europa League. So whoever wins the FA Cup, that'll push down a place into the league for the Europa League. And then I think what that will do is then that'll push the conference Europa down to 7. So 5th and 6th get Europa, and then 7th will get conference based on who's in the finals and
Don't
who
2
won.
get conference?
Yeah, no,
just
I
one.
think.
Just one, I think.
Wait, so when we finish 8,
is it 2 or just 1?
It might be
Arsenal
2 that
finished
get
8th
conference, you know.
twice. Arsenal finished 8th twice, so I don't get that. I'm confused.
But I think the year you got 8th, you didn't get Europe, right?
Oh no, we did. We won your FA Cup. That's why. Duh. Yeah, we won the FA Cup.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So I mean, 7th right now we're sitting in Europa Conference place right now, and then you've got 6th and 5th. Who would you lot put your money on to actually get 5th and 6th out of the 4 fighting?
I'm gonna say. You know what? I think Brighton, and I'm gonna say Liverpool.
So you think Tottenham will fall away? Yeah.
I think Brighton are a very, very good team, and I think they can do it. I think De Zerbi.
They've still got to play you and City though, which is probably 6 points they'll lose.
Mate, I won't be surprised if they beat us, mate, and I won't be surprised if they beat Man City.
Not at the Emirates. It's at the Emirates,
bro. Do you know we've got a horrible record against them? We never beat them. Basuma that year when he dumped on Koscielny. Last season they beat us 2-1. Like they always beat us, so don't worry about that. And listen, Man City, I think they're a very good team, but at home, I don't know. Like, so I think Brighton, they've got a chance. I think Brighton will do it, and I think Liverpool 110% will do it. I don't think Aston Villa, they're a good team, but I still think that they're beatable. You know, I don't trust Mings. I don't trust the midfield wholly. So yeah, listen, let's see. But I think Liverpool, and I'm gonna say Liverpool and Brighton.
That's who would you go with?
Yeah. For me, it's between Liverpool, Brighton. I think Tottenham drop off. Do you know what?
Who have Spurs got? They've
one of the ones
got to
with
play
Villa
you.
as well, where I just think.
You know what? Yeah, let me actually bring up.
They've got to play Man City.
Let's make this a little bit more thingy.
I think it's one of the ones where no matter what, I'm still gonna. I've been saying it all season that I'll never rule Liverpool out of anything. To be frank with you, like if mathematically Liverpool could still win the league, I'd still be here saying, you know what, you can't rule out Liverpool. So
here's Spurs' fixtures. Let's go through them. So Liverpool have got Tottenham obviously at the weekend. Tottenham have got Liverpool. Then they're at home to Palace. They're away to Villa. Oh shit! So they've actually got Villa. Then they're at home to Brentford. Then they're away at Leeds, who at that stage could literally need anything for survival. Yeah. And then final day, they're at home to West Ham. And that West Ham.
No, that's not. That's going to be earlier.
That needs. But you know what? West Ham are also fighting for their life because yesterday's results have really put West Ham back in the relegation battle. That's a tough running for Spurs. I'm not going to lie. That is a very tough running. Brentford are no joke. That's a tough running. Let me see who Brighton's.
Even logically, right? They've got 8 games left. They have to win at least 4 of them because I think you're going to win pretty much all of them. So
Brighton have got Wolves at home.
Win.
Then they've got United at home.
Win.
They've got Everton at home.
Win.
Then they are away to Arsenal. Oh
Win.
wow, they've got a big say in a lot. Then they've got Newcastle away.
But
then they've
remember,
got got City at home.
Oh yeah, that's been added now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And
then
then
they've got
obviously,
Brighton,
and then Brighton and then Southampton. Ooh, Villa.
But the thing is, though, their fixtures on paper look nice for them.
They do. Oh, Villa's got a bloody run in. They got Man United, Wolves, Tottenham, Liverpool, and Brighton. Bloody hell, Villa's got. Yeah, that is a crazy run in for Villa.
And it's not in their hands because Brighton have 2 games in hand over them, so they're not getting top 4. I mean, so they're not getting top 5, top 6. I don't see it.
And then Liverpool's remaining.
You did the wrong season. You did the wrong season, though.
Oh, did I?
You did 21-22.
Oh, yeah.
So going back to your glory days, man.
So we've got Spurs, obviously, at the weekend, and we're at home to Fulham, home to Brentford, away to Leicester.
Yeah, they'll win all of them.
Home to Villa, and then away to
That's
Southampton.
Yeah, you really could win all of them, Drifts.
But you know, I'm not saying we can't, but you got to understand, though, that Brentford, obviously, they are like a tricky team. And then Leicester and Southampton are fighting for their lives. So there's still some games in there that you can't just be like, oh, yeah, because we're away to Leicester and we're away to Southampton. and they're both scrapping for their life. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a very interesting running for the European place.
There's a couple things that go in your favor. You've got your players back now. You've got Thiago. You've got Diaz back. You seem to have a new formation. Trent's playing out of his skin. Yes. I think Van Dijk and the partnership with Matip looked quite decent yesterday from what I saw. I didn't see the game, obviously, because I was watching the Arsenal game, unfortunately. And I just think overall, you know, you look at the teams that you're playing, Leicester's away. Mate, that's a banker. They are crap.
They're battling for their life, though, Lee. You know, look what Southampton came and did to you lot at the Emirates after being terrible, bro.
The thing is, you've done a title charge with this team. We didn't beat Southampton because we bottled it because we've not been here before. So I think you've been through the stages of having to fight for top 4, and you did it. You've been through the stages where you had to win a title, and you did it once out of the 2, but you got very close on the other 2. So you're fine, mate. I think you're going to get it. I think you'll listen. I'm not ruling out top 4 for you. I really ain't. I just think you just got to win all your games.
Too far for them, I think.
I don't.
All right, let's have a look at Man United's fixtures just to see who they've got.
I don't think it's as easy as you think. They crumble every second half. I don't really think it's as easy as you think.
Look, for me, I look at Man United's performance today, and look, the FA Cup final is going to be an interesting one because obviously it's a derby and it's the first ever Manchester derby. And if we were to win the league and we were to beat Madrid in the semi-final, then Man United are going to be looking at that game thinking City are 2 games away from doing...
They've got some. They do have some tough fixtures. I mean, they're at home to Villa, which they should win.
But with the Villa game, they've rested while Man United have played 120 minutes and then played midweek away against.
That is true. I mean, away at Brighton and then away at West Ham back to back. That's difficult. That is actually
3 days as well. It's hard.
Yeah. They'll win the Wolves game at home. Away at Bournemouth could literally be scrapping for their life.
West Ham away is a hard game, man.
This is what I'm saying to you.
And then they finish up the season against Chelsea, who by then might have
West Ham away within 3 days of each other.
That is actually quite. And then you got to sandwich the FA Cup in there as well, right? Because
so the FA Cup will go afterwards, but
no, that's the last game of the season. And
remember, but they might have one eye on that. See, like the Chelsea game, for example, last game of the season, players might not want to get injured because they want to play in the FA Cup final.
There you go.
You know what? But
I'm telling you, man.
But can you lot actually see Man United dropping 10 points from those remaining 6 games?
Well, okay, if I do it logically, right? They could drop the 3 points against Brighton. They could drop 3 points against Aston Villa. That's 6. They could drop 2 points in
at home, though, Lee. At home, I don't know if Villa will get 3 points off them.
No. They could
not
drop,
Old Trafford.
They could also. Oh, hold on. So that's 6.
Now, they're not dropping 10 out of them, I don't think.
No. But I'm just trying to work it out. Aston Villa. What do you mean? They beat Chelsea and they beat Spurs away. They can
Bro,
do
you
it.
just said Chelsea and Spurs.
Yeah. Chelsea and Spurs are like in the mud, bro. Do you know?
No,
what I
but
mean?
They've been on the
Aston
beach
Villa-
recently.
No. But Aston Villa against Man United's defense is another issue because they've got no Varane,
Yeah, on the
they've got
counter,
no what's his name, Martinez.
Watkins on the counter.
There you go, man. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, bro. I'm telling you, it's not all cut and dry, man.
Oh
I think
yeah.
people-
Fulham. They've actually got Fulham as well. They got
People
Fulham.
are giving them way too much. Like, nah, I don't see it. I don't see it how like everyone. But look, like they should do it. They should do it. But mate, I just hope you do it anyway. I hate Man United so every single part. Man, I hate them so much, man. I hate.
It's
all of
gonna be. You know what? These are the times when, as Liverpool fans, we sit back and we look at like the loss to Bournemouth, and you're like, even just those 3 points that we should just have on this board,
Yeah.
like, do you know what I mean? Even then, it's just looking a lot more like, right,
What do you
hold
mean?
on a minute. Could we like, you know
Mate,
what I'm
you
saying?
should have bloody took us to the cleaners. I don't
Yeah,
even
no,
get
2
why.
points you should have got off Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm
Like
not gonna lie.
Salah-
That the Ibu miss at the end and the Salah
Salah's
penalty. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's a mad thing.
Like, and that's where I came in and I was like, yeah, cool. Salah, listen, you're the greatest because you basically might have helped us win the league. Now you dropped a stinker there, man. So I think I think you still got a chance, man. Your fixtures look good. Like I wouldn't be surprised if you don't lose in the next 7 games. Like that's what I'll say. So
I think the other thing is that, like you said, Man United are slightly going to be looking at the FA Cup final. Like for me, I don't know. I just get this thing. I'm a strong believer that fan bases really do have an impact, more of an impact on games than people think. Right? I really do believe that. And I just think at the moment, I think Man United's fan base are too confident they're going to get top 4. Right? It's like super confident they're going to get top 4. Focused on the fact that they're in an FA Cup final. But to be honest with you, they should have gone through in Europe, but I think they moved arrogant in Europe as well. That they thought they were just going to beat Seville easily, and they didn't. And I do get with Liverpool. Look, you look at that team. You look at how Liverpool. I think Diaz is like a new signing. If Diaz comes back, has he played for you yet?
Yeah. He's probably played like about maybe 50 minutes across the last 2 or 3 games, like coming on the sub.
Because if he gets cooking again, then he's going to be like a new signing.
He has looked quite sharp considering he's been out for 6 months.
And I always look. We have to go back to that season. What was it? Was it 2 or 3 seasons ago?
It was 21, 22. No, it's 21, 22 where they didn't have no defenders.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
I mean,
it was 2021.
2021,
yeah. 2021,
Where-
2021.
Where those last games out of nowhere, you came out and it wasn't, there was, are Liverpool going to make top 4? You ended up finishing 3rd.
Ooh, guys, hold on a minute. We've got to do some talking about Chelsea for a second. So I don't want.
They really could be in the mud.
I don't mean to just switch it like that, but let's look at this Premier League table for a second.
Because do you know why, Drifts? You need to look at it as well, though, because you see all the fixtures we've been looking at.
Yeah.
You see, there's a common denominator in pretty much every single team in like the top 7. All have to play Chelsea.
Yeah, so Chelsea are on 35 points, right?
And look at the games they've got.
32 games played.
No,
So
they're on
35...
39, bro. They're on 39.
Oh,
right,
sorry,
yeah.
39. Yes, sir, 39. And the relegation is 20 now. So they're 10 points above the relegation amount, which is a pretty good cushion, to be honest.
It is a good cushion.
That is, but if we do what the people have just said, let's have a look at their fixtures.
Look, I can tell you now, their next game, right, is at home. Sorry, is away. It's at the Emirates against Arsenal. Now, I'm telling you now, Arsenal are smoking Chelsea. For
Okay,
me,
so this is their fixtures.
That's their bounce league. That is your bounce back. Bro, that is your bounce back.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
So hold on. So they're away at they're away at Arsenal, then they're away at Bournemouth, then they're at home at Forest, who Forest look quite rejuvenated now, to be quite honest with you. Then they're away to City, then they're away to Man United, and then they finish the season at home to Newcastle. Yo, is there a genuine possibility Chelsea could get dragged into a relegation fight here?
It's not gonna. Their season's not gonna end up looking nicely.
Can you actually see them getting a win from any of those games? What game out of those games could Chelsea actually win?
It doesn't matter though because they're not. Then they've got too many points, and
Forest.
you're not going to rely on Leicester and those to pick up 10
Yeah,
points.
that's the only thing. But they are going to be. I honestly think because you're right. Look, the Forest they could get a win at Forest and maybe Bournemouth. Apart from that, I can't see a win in any of the other games.
That is the hardest fixtures out of everybody. Like everyone we've looked at,
Yeah.
that Newcastle, Man U, City, Arsenal, and then Bournemouth and Forest who are fighting for their lives. They don't even have a game they could take it easy. They haven't got a game where somebody's not fighting for something or playing for something. They have got no games. I mean, maybe Newcastle final day, if Newcastle already know they're done and dusted and they've got it done. But
now, but Newcastle want to batter him anyway, bro, just because that's the mood Newcastle are in.
Wow. Chelsea are fully. Whoa. It could get a bit peak for them. It could
It's
get
not going to end up looking nice no matter what. Even if they don't get drawn into the relegation zone. If Chelsea, who spent, 600 million in January, end up the season in 15th place or something,
Yeah. Nah, that would be
not a good
crazy.
look, bro.
That would be crazy. Just quickly before we finish up as well, boys, because it's only fair to talk about the relegation teams. Let's just have a look at the table and just let me know, guys, what you lot think in terms of like who's going to go down and stuff, because it is getting a bit mad. I mean, let's take away that unbelievable Chelsea could do it. Who you lot think's going down? I think it's from Wolves. No, from Bournemouth. No, from Wolves down, I think could possibly, because Wolves have picked up some form, but you never know, innit? From Wolves down, who you lot picking if you had to put your house on it right now? 3 teams.
Southampton and Everton, definitely.
You think Everton are gone, yeah?
Yeah.
It's funny because I actually want West Ham to go down because I don't like them either, but I don't think they're going to go down.
Now they're pulling away now. They've got games in hand as well.
I'm going to actually say Southampton, Nottingham Forest, and Leicester. I'm going to say.
Well, you think Everton get out of it, yeah?
Yeah, I think.
You're hoping Everton get a result against Susley?
No, mate. Listen, I don't want you to drop any more points because then if you drop 1 point, then you're going to give all these stupid Arsenal fans hope and optimism. Just fucking do what you need to do, man, and just get over and done with.
I think Everton are going to get out of it, but you know
Everton
what? I think Leeds are going to get dragged in, and Leeds are going to go. You know.
No, I say Southampton.
Salute to Bournemouth, man. Bournemouth have really shown fight and got themselves a bit clear, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. They really have, man. I think it's going to be Southampton, Leicester, and Leeds.
Yeah, I don't.
I think Southampton,
I think you could remove Wolves as well. They've got too many points, man.
Yeah. I think Southampton, Everton, and I think I'd probably agree with you. Southampton, Everton, and Leeds.
But the thing is, Leeds can't defend, but they can score goals.
They can score, yeah.
That's the thing. So, like, you can either get pumped 5-1, or they can score and 3-0 or 3-1.
Do you know what? Bloody hell, Everton might go. You know, we might get our wish. Liverpool.
Yeah, Everton's got a chance.
Hey, look at Everton's fixtures.
Yeah,
they've got Leicester away. They've got Brighton away. Then they've got City. Then they've got Wolves. Then they've got Bournemouth. Every team they're playing is actually like. Ooh, Everton might go, you know.
But you got to think though, Leeds, are they going to get enough wins?
We got Leeds next weekend
at
home.
Yeah,
Leeds have got a bloody tough running as well. Yeah, Leeds have gone.
That's what I'm saying. Leeds, but the thing is, Leeds could do a stupid thing where they pick up 1 or 2. I don't think they're going to need many points because Leicester can't win. Leicester, they get beat everywhere they go. They literally just get beat everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, Leicester's got some bloody time. That Leicester Everton game is absolutely
massive,
key.
Isn't it?
Oh my days, is that key?
Yeah,
Leicester,
it's a huge game.
Oh, and the West Ham final game of the season, that could be a bloody relegation game.
Leicester can't score. They've got that bloody fake David Luiz who does dumbness. They've got that shit keeper. They've got this new manager who was there before who's crap. Like, I think Leicester are going down. I really do. I think Leicester.
Forest is staying up. I think
Forest might go as well. I think Forest are the ones that are going to go.
I think Palace, Southampton, and Brentford, Forest can get some points from. I'm not saying they will, but I think they can get some points from them games. oh, this might be the best. Hey, to be honest with you, what's crazy, guys, is the relegation battle is probably the actually only thing to really be interested in right now, because I think everything else kind of is almost a formality.
Whoa.
I mean, the title race isn't over. We've established
And you ain't got top 4 yet, bro.
No, but I don't think we will, bro. I don't think we will. I honestly, I can sit here and be as optimistic as possible. I know the people in the chat are gonna want me. If Liverpool get top 4, this will be the biggest bottle job for Man United you've ever seen in your life. Like Man United fixtures are tough. We look for it; they are very tough. But I can't imagine them dropping. They've got to drop 10 points, boys, in 7 games. That's a lot. That is a lot. That is a lot. Do you know what I mean? So, but it's gonna be tough, though, man. It's gonna be tough.
Thank God.
Get through a couple of the Michael. Who gave up the league more, Newcastle in the 90s or Arsenal this season? Respect you, Lee, for turning up. Oh, do you remember when Newcastle? I'd love it. I'd love it if they lose it.
12 points.
I think, to be fair, actually, I'll be honest with you. I'm probably going to say Arsenal. I'll be honest with you.
Based on what Lee said about them being top for 93% of the season, that's mad.
Since week 3 till when Man City beat us in February. February, we were top all the way.
Yeah.
And then we only were then second for 1 game week because you drew to Nottingham Forest, and then we were top all, and we've been top all the way.
And you're still top now, by the way.
And you're still top
and we're still
now.
not going to win it. And we're still not going to win it. So ultimately,
Pete, Lee, you will get used to it. In our peak, City did us 4 out of 5 times. Madrid did us 4 out of 4 times. Those 2 teams can't cause more pain. Can't cause me any more pain. I'm immune to it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. City and Real Madrid are literally Liverpool's kryptonite. It does my head.
It still sounds. We were saying this in Munich. Yeah, we were having some conversations, and it still sounds weird to me when I hear stuff like that.
It is annoying. I'm not even gonna lie.
It just sounds weird to me. Like when we kind of laugh at it and say, like, with the run that we're on at the moment, and the confidence that we've got actually in our team ourselves, sometimes we just have to say it's weird because we're not used to this. Do you know what I mean? And I guess to you, you're like, you should be used to it now. But it's like when I've still had more of my life with my team being bad than I have my team being good. So to hear stuff like that saying, it just seems weird, man.
Just to put it in perspective, and there's obviously room that other seasons could have also been away because Real Madrid knocked us out of the Champions League in the last 16 one year. And I think that same year where Man City won the league, I think if you take Man City out of the league, maybe we might have been motivated to come back. So without Man City and Real Madrid, we would have been guaranteed, Klopp would have guaranteed to have won 3 Premier Leagues, possibly 4. And we guaranteed would have won 3 Champions Leagues, possibly 4. And we've only won 1. That is how much City and Real Madrid are a thorn in our side.
With us, you know, this will be our third semi-final against Real Madrid. You got to remember, under Pellegrini, we got to a semi-final and Real Madrid
just fucking win, man. I'm sick to death. I just win. I don't want to hear no shit anymore. I just want you to get this treble and fuck these Man United right in the shit on me. Mate, please. I don't want any more fucking Pep. I don't want Pep to fuck around. I don't want Pep to be fucking taking Haaland off in the 60th minute. Just play your best team. Like, you fucking battered him last season. So just do the same shit. Win the game at home because you got them at home, right? No, you got them at home second.
No, that's the key. Second. That's the key.
Cool. That's even better, yeah?
That's even better. When we got Bayern Munich and then
lose 1-0
as well, and I said the fact we've got Real Madrid's second leg is at home this year.
Nice.
That's nice.
And then you've got any of those stupid Italian teams that you can fuck over.
Whoever wins that game's won the Champions League because the Milan teams aren't winning the Champions League. That's an absolute fact.
Just beat Real Madrid. And it's just gonna make me I will be so happy that you fucking get to a final and you win. You finally do it after your second or third attempt or whatever it is.
Be our second final.
Just do it. I'll be happy for you. Like, good. Just get the treble, mate. Because I yeah, listen, please.
Mr. Sinclair, peeps back off of Lee. It's the messenger doing the talking. And H says, I agree with Lee. United fans were born in toilet water. Whoa, that is peak.
They are.
Seen
Well,
better brain
literally.
capacity
I mean,
from
they're
ducks
going at
flapping
most weekends now as well.
Bloody yo, H is a savage, you know. I swear down, man. He is an absolute savage. But yeah, peeps, we've come to the end of the show. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And you know what? I'm big up your damn self again, Lee, because I'm not gonna lie, it truly is.
Squidly! Fully salt, you pussy clot in a ear! Too enough, man! Oh, the child! Squidly!
This house cat.
You've been waiting all day. You know what? I gave you a bit of props, and all you had to do is just wait to the end. Yeah, cool.
Look, come on, man. You know I've got to hit you with a double jump.
You're going in the same category as Callum. Don't worry, man.
And if you listen carefully, I actually said Lee. Oh man, Jay comes back. We need Milan to win with a Zlatan winner. Do you know what, Jay? There's no chance of either of the Milan teams, in my opinion, being able to win. There's no. Real Madrid or Man City, whichever one, have one of the easiest Champions League finals there's probably been for a very long time. Whichever one.
I'll tell you now.
I swear Jay supports Liverpool as well. Don't you want Man United to be in the mud? They ain't got anything to worry about now. Like, so you can't do this whole treble thing. They're not the only one. Liverpool, now you ain't got to worry about that. You've done the treble. They say the fake treble. Now, no, Man United ain't got shit. Like, please, I don't want no jinx. Please, just win. Pep, please.
Well, I'll tell you now. The one thing I'll just quickly will end on the Champions League, is I've never felt more like it's time this season. Away in Munich, being around, like the fans believe now. I've always said that in order for us to win it, the fans need to truly believe. And when we got to that final against Chelsea was the first time we started to even consider believing, but we still didn't believe enough. But this season, I honestly do believe, and I think the way our team's moving at the moment, I think our players do as well. I think our players are just moving like that first leg against Bayern, the composure was a different level of composure that I haven't seen. In fact, even away in the Allianz, I haven't seen composure like that from this team for a long time. Well, ever, I don't think, in Europe. So
this would be absolute levels if Origi managed to get the winner. If Origi ever got the winner from Milan, whoever they play, that would be unbelievable scenes. Oh my days, I would lose my shit, man, like Divock. But yeah, love as always, guys. Big up yourselves. Good luck with the rest of the title race. Obviously, we'll be seeing you guys next week.
See you next week.
People, we will be back tomorrow for the calling show, as you know already. Make sure you smash that like button. Let me check how many likes are on, just to see whether people are showing that love that they should be showing. We're only on 240, guys. Come on, man. Smash that like button. Smash that like button just for Lee being here.
Smash it for my pain.
Come on, guys. Smash that like button just for Lee being here. Do you know what I'm saying? Come on. He gave up date night to be here, and you guys can't even smash the like button. Come on, man. Come on, guys. But no, we'll be back tomorrow for the calling show, and then obviously we'll be back at the weekend. Plus, we have a Tottenham preview that'll be coming for you guys at some point in between all of that. So make sure you stay tuned. And yeah, we'll be back on the other side. It's been a good one. Big up everyone. Subscribe. Guys, make sure you go and subscribe to Never a Foul, Guna Lee as well. Make sure you do all the social stuff as well, guys. Come and show your support for these boys who show up every week, man. Get that done as well, man. But guys, until next time, peace.
Peace.